Hi guys, today I'm doing a review on the Steiner 430 cab. There's not a whole lot of stuff on YouTube about Steiner or Ventrek. I'm just trying to give an overview to everybody and show the options and tell a little about it. Here's an 2007 Steiner 430. It's got the CB 430 cab. For any of you that have not used the cab before, it's incredible. We've had some negative 30-degree wind chills here lately. Arctic fronts coming through, and after having this cab, this was the best money well spent I've spent in a while. I haven't got the light kit on it yet. I'm still in the process of getting LED lights. Really haven't found out what I needed yet. On these 430s, they have a very interesting light setup on them that will only accommodate a certain height of a light. I found a pair that should work. I'm going to try to put it on everything. They run about 4,000 lumens each, which is pretty incredible. I'll be doing a video on that when I get it done here shortly. So the comparison of LED versus the halogens on the Steiner. Quick overview. I wired everything on this direct off the battery. This has a 27 horse Kohler. I believe it's got a 20 amp stator on this. I come right off of here with a plug. Of course, the exposed male end, I made that the negative so it wouldn't arc on anything, and I got this little cover. Reason I chose to do it this way was just because I have a sprayer, and this is for my sprayer pump, and this is for my marker, my foam marker kit. So the wiring was already there. I figured why not just integrate it and do it like that. The cab's not that hard to put on. Believe it or not, I put this on by myself in about an hour. I could probably do it if I left the roll bar on in a half an hour. I'll probably do a video on that sometime also. Problem I ran into, this is an 06 Steiner, and come to find out they had a problem with the jigs when they molded and they did the frames. My cab wouldn't fit. The hood wouldn't open. This might save a lot of you guys out there some time. This was a headache. It took research to find this. If you run into this problem, an easy fix is right there. You got to take this link off of here. You just take that off, you take it to a weld shop. You can see right here, you cut 3/4 of an inch off of this. When you cut 3/4 of an inch off of this and you put it back on there, it tweaks this just enough, surprisingly, to where the hood will open. My hood would not open. I had this cab on and off of here 3 times. For an inside view, on my cab, I took some conduit box here. I wired up switches. I was going to do LED strip lights for dome lights, all that crazy shit, but you know what, I just don't think it's very necessary. I got my lights pre-wired for my front lights, so all I have to do is put them in. Of course, the same for the rear. Of course, this is my switch here. It's pre-wired. That'll be for my front lights. I got a switch, of course, for my rear light. I wired a beacon. I went with an LED rotary beacon. It's not a very expensive one, but I get out near the road a lot of times. I'm busy highway. People are idiots. I don't have to explain no more. And then I had hooked a direct switch from my wiper also. That way I don't have to fumble with it at nighttime. I know right where it's at. Switch up here. It worked out pretty well. I just drilled a hole, bolted that with a stainless steel bolt right there. And I put a dab of RTV silicone up in the top corner of that box when I mounted it also, just so it probably wouldn't go anywhere. I want to make sure it didn't slide around. I ran all my wiring. This I put into a plug so I can unplug my light when I take my cab off. I didn't want to hardwire it. It pretty much ruined the light then to where I couldn't use it for anything else. This cab's wired. There's connectors here. If you take this loom off, there's a connector, a male and female connector to each piece through here. So I can take this cab off in 3 sections, and that's how I do it. You can put these on by yourself. Like I said, I'll have another video on that. It's a little easier to do with two people, but the roll bar putting on myself was about the hardest thing to put it on and lining up. But you take a few bolts out. There's only like 5, 6, 7 bolts there. You got your 2 bolts in the bottom and your bolts back here, and of course your doors come off very easily. And it comes off quite well. Me, I put on, I'm a little pickier than some people. This is clear, translucent contact paper. It'll come right off. I wax it, I'll put it on, I'll take it off. You think of what I am, I don't know. I just don't like it scratching. When you turn this cab, it scratches everything up real bad. And I pay too much money for a tractor to, you know, make it look like shit. So I try to take care of it, maintain it very well. This was a good idea I come up with. I took a bungee cord, cut it, put these ends on it. That way it keeps it off your gauges, because one thing I can't stand is scratch gauges. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like it. So, one other thing I did. You get a lot of wind on these cabs that come up through here. I made this Velcro skirt. I went to local shop in town that had the same canvas as these doors. I had them cut a piece. I took double face Velcro. I put one piece on the cab, one piece on this. I just put it on there. Make sure you don't put it over your fuel cap, because you know your fuel still has to vent, but which shouldn't be a problem on these because it does leak a little bit. But you get enough wind from down below that you're not going to asphyxiate yourself in here with a little curtain like that. The other option there's a piece of cardboard that, you know, my dad had made for his, and that actually works out very well also. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. I just ran my wire up, like I said, to a junction box. Got all my separate switches. You could run it off the key switch if you wanted. It's up to you. You got to be careful. I know that the Kubota gas engines, I'm not sure on the diesel, but I know the gas, I believe, is only a 12. It's only a 12 amp alternator on them tractors, and it does not power very much lighting at all. To figure out your stator, I haven't taken it out. It's right there. That's your stator's inside the engine, but that's your charging. Should be a code on there. You can take that out and look it up on Kohler, and that'll tell you your amperage for your regulator. But the options on the engine that I found showed that this was a 20 amp. I also replaced taillights and everything with LED, which was also a very good investment. As you can see, highly bright at night, less lot amp draw. They work out pretty well. If you do have a Kohler, you can get right there on your engine where it says specifications number. You put that in. That's the engine. It tells you all the specifications of this engine. From the specifications I read also, it shows it has a 20 amp charging system. So it's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. I think if you run some LED lights, you could run quite a bit of stuff off here and still have some light in the winter time. I had a snowblower, and that was the big thing with these, is when you raise this blade up, you can't see a whole lot. You get a lot of glare, so you probably wouldn't even need the front headlights, but I don't know. Me, more is better, so that's why I'm doing it. There you go. That's the overlook of the cab. If you don't have one, it's a very nice option to have, and what a difference it makes in the wintertime. It's keeping that wind and snow off you is incredible. Definitely worth the money. There'll be more videos on here of attachments. I'm going to keep trying to do more Steiner Ventrac attachments as we go through the summer. I purchased the new rough cut mower. There'll be a video on that coming soon. I'm going to go over that and then hopefully be able to see it in action here if it ever warms up. Thanks for watching.